Right, so after 2 years, nearly 3 years now, and over $2 million in cash collected as an appointment setter, I'm going to answer all of the questions that you guys ask me frequently, right, on a daily basis that I get all of the time. Okay, so whether you're a new setter looking to, I don't know, you're looking to start, looking to get in the game, and you have some questions, or you're a setter currently in the game but not making it work, this video and this channel is exactly for you. Okay, I've been doing setting for 2.5 years, nearly 3 years now, right? 2 million cash collected. I've worked with many clients on Charlie Morgan, William Brown, blah, 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 blah. I know what I'm talking about, okay? And I'm gonna run you through exactly what to expect and how to actually get this done right as somebody that still practices what they preach. It's not something that I just teach, I still do it to this day. So let's answer your questions right now. So question number one is gonna be, is this a pyramid scheme, right? I get this all of the time. In fact, when you start making appointment setting work, you'll have to explain to your family how it's not a pyramid scheme, okay? Because they'll say, oh, it sounds like a scam. And I get it, because it sounds like, you're booking appointments that, they close deals online and then you get commission off the back. I get it. But no, I wouldn't say so, right? Everybody wins, right? It's sales. You're selling something, you're assisting in a sale of a high ticket deal and getting commissions for that. That's not a pyramid scheme. Just because it's in the online realm doesn't automatically make it a get-rich-quick pyramid scheme. 100% no. It's a real skill that you're learning that you can take into other areas of your life as well. It's not something that you just you do and it's just a secret method that then gets patched, right? Like it's not something where it's hard to explain. It's not how you think, right? It's a real skill, real value provided to businesses, right? As a real salesperson that can take you really, really, really far. So no, this is not a pyramid scheme. Get that stuff out of your head. Just because it's online doesn't make it a pyramid scheme, okay? You're providing real value to businesses. These businesses sell high ticket programs, high ticket consulting deals to business owners, for example, for like 10K. They're too busy to get the calls and Canada themselves, okay? Now, the lifeblood of their company is appointments, because appointments equal cash when they close the deal. So you're going to take that off their hands for them out of value, right? Book those calls into, well, book those people into calls and then get commission on the appointments that you book in that actually close, and also sometimes commission on the appointments that you book in. For example, I've had clients paying me $80 per appointment booked in, then 5% commissions on like a 12K deal. That's how you can hit like 5K and above, okay? But no, this is not a pyramid scheme, okay? Question number two, how long until I actually land my first appointment setting role? Now, the first thing I wanna say is, like, there's no linear pathway to this, right? It can depend on what you're doing, how much effort you're putting in, and how bad you want it ultimately, right? For example, I've seen people with my one-to-one mentorship land roles within 2 weeks. I've also seen other people land 1 and 2 months. It depends how fast you move, okay? Now, quick plug, I do offer one-to-one. It's not a course or a program or whatever, it's one-to-one, and I also guarantee you land a high ticket role in 6 weeks, otherwise you're not gonna pay me. If that is of interest, there's a link down below to book a call and run you through it. Plug over, okay? How long until I land my first role? It can take upwards of like 2 weeks to 2 months, okay? I would be surprised if you follow what I tell you to do on this channel, and also if we're working together, right? I would be surprised if you don't land a role within your first 30 days, okay? That's why I can offer a 6-week, you don't pay guarantee, because if you do what I say, within 6 weeks, if you haven't landed a role, honestly, I don't know what the hell's gone wrong, okay? So I'd say to aim for a month, okay? What I recommend is to set a number of outreaches you're doing per day in a specific market and niche that you understand, with a high ticket price point, with offers that you've vetted. Reach out to a certain number per day consistently over the course of a month, right? Standing out of the strategies and frameworks I give you on this channel, and if we're working one-to-one, it's hard not to land a role, okay? So honestly, expect a month if you're doing things right, as like the long end of the stick, right? The end. Well, I don't know if that made sense. You get it as kind of like the pessimist sort of approach within a month, okay? Cool. Now, the next one I get is, how much can I actually make in my first month? Because I did say that you could land a role within a month. How much can I make within a month? Honestly, mate, I wouldn't say to expect loads in terms of like, 4 or 5 grand. It's very feasible to make 1.5, 2K in your first 30 days, 1.5, 2K, then you can build off the back of that as well. For example, I had a guy called Marlon, his testimony was on my channel as well. He made $1,500 in his first 25 days, right? I've also had other people land like, roles paying 4K per month, right, in their first month, right? It really does depend, but I'd be surprised if you actually implement what I tell you on this channel, right, and if we're working together, to not be making 1.5 to 2K in your first month on a role, okay? Cool. Next one, what is the best roles to work on? Because here's the thing, guys. The thing about appointment setting is it's not just about you hop on a roll, boom, 5 grand a month. You need to be very particular with what offers you're getting on, okay, and what you're actually entertaining and who you're speaking to, because it's very easy to say 5K a month OTE, right? I could say that. I can go and convince my nan to start a business on how to draw pictures of cats for 10 grand. Is there any product market fit there? Is there any demand? Can you facilitate a 10K price point for that? No, but she's going to do it anyway, right? Now she can say, in an ideal world, you'd be booking me 100 appointments per day with a 25% close rate on 10K at a 70% PIF rate. Then, you know, you'd be making 5K under those standards. It's like, under my ideal requirements, you would be making this much, right? If you're not vetting it properly, you will come across offers like that, where it's just like our ideal KPIs, but the only way that they can actually, well, they should be establishing an OT of like 4 or 5Ks if they can prove it with their close rate, their show rate, their lead flow, right? And actually having proof of setters making that OTE prior, okay? I'd never recommend to get a brand new offer with a 5K OTE if they can't prove it with their metrics, like I just told you there, or setters in the past making that consistently as well, okay? So that's what you need to be very careful of, is roles that are actually vetted properly, that sell a high ticket deal with insane product market fit, with happy clients, been running for a while with happy setters on there as well. Ideally in a high ticket B2B environment, B2B because the pain points are much easier to manipulate and you know they're higher basically. For example, B2B, it could be like your business is dying, right? What happens if we don't fix this problem for you? Oh, you're gonna go into debt. Your wife's gonna leave you. You get all the point. You get the whole point, right? You can sell that for high ticket as well, because business owners have more access to 10K. If they don't have it liquid, they can get access to 10K. They can get access to 10K compared to consumers, right? Consumers, for example, they're not really going to find 10K very easy. Now, you might be on a US offer where financing is easier. I get it, but it's also going to make conversions harder as well, because 10K to a consumer is a lot harder to get out of them compared to business owners, not only because they have the money, but also because 10K to a consumer is like their life savings. 10K to a business owner is kind of like, you know, just kind of chump change depending on the niche, okay? So high ticket B2B with a proven offer, proven track record, proven setters are actually making their OTE that they're promising, right? And something with a big tangible pain point. For example, your appointment setting systems are broken and you are losing 150K a month because you haven't got a good setting team in place. We will come in for £7,000 per month and implement sales systems for you to fix this leaking bottleneck, right? Boom. Massive pain point, because what is the result of them not getting that fixed? No appointments, no cash, business dies, pain. We can use that as leverage to book in calls, high ticket price point for that because it's a massive pain point you're solving, lots of commissions for you when the deals close, okay? Right, apologies about that. My camera turned off, which is really annoying, but let's get back into it. So next one, right? Do I need to quit my job to do this? No. I did it while working 8-hour shifts at a retail job. And basically I started, I think it was October 2023 at the end, like 17th, 18th I started. And by December 1st, I handed my notice in, and then December 30th, I did my last shift and quit, and then went full time, and then eventually hit 5-10K per month. And this is how my life now as Aidan Kolinsky started. No, you don't need to quit your job. Of course not, right? You need to have a few hours per day free and do the goddamn work. It's not a 9-to-5, guys, right? We're so conditioned to believe like time equals money, right? In terms of like the more time you put in, the more money you make. It's not like that at all. Appointment setting is performance based. There's going to be conditions like speed to lead. You're going to have to put some time in, of course, but you don't need to be working 9 to 5. You need to be working like 8 to 10. It doesn't really matter too much. As long as you're putting the work in, getting the results, hitting the KPIs, responding to leads quickly, you can do that while you're at your job. You and I both know you're at your job, on your phone at your job every single day anyway. You're always using Instagram. You're always doing it. Why not get paid to do it? You're already scrolling. Why not get paid to scroll? Right? Like I was doing this on my shifts at the co-op. I was doing this on my shifts at a retail job, right? I know people and I've helped people in a 9-to-5 do this while they're there, okay? It's gonna be a bit more difficult because you've got that in the way, but what you do is use that as leverage, make a couple of grand a month, match your job wage with appointment setting, then quit the job with it, and then the free time that you now got from getting rid of your job, you now put back into appointment setting and make even more. So no, you don't need to, okay? Next one, how many hours per day do I need? I wouldn't bring someone on unless they had at least 3 hours per day free, right? Combined. 3 hours per day free. Now I know you have that. If you work 9 to 5, cool. You come home. Let's say let's give you a little bit of leeway and say 6 p.m. you can start working again. Okay, 6 till 9. What else are you going to be doing? Like 6 till 9, you're fine, man. Right? You can do it in the evening. You can do it in the morning as well. You could do it like on your lunch break. You can do it while you're at work. You do it when you get home. You could put in so much time per day. You could put in like 5, 6, 7 hours per day. You'd be surprised. But 3 minimum. I wouldn't take someone on my mentorship, right, if they couldn't put 3 hours per day minimum in, right? So not that much, guys. 3 hours per day minimum, okay? And you can do that on top of your job. Stop worrying, okay? Next one. Won't AI just replace this? No. You got to remember, guys, it's sales. AI is going to have its part to play. AI, what is AI's role and function? Is to make things easier and do monotonous, repetitive tasks. Sales, not really, is a repetitive task. I get DM setting can kind of, maybe you got to remember DM setting, like Meta's platform restrictions are going to kick you in the ass if you try and put an AI DM setter in place. They're already banning accounts for no reason. I get restrictions on my Instagram all of the time just for talking about money in my Instagram reels. If I put the $sign, I'll get a restriction. Do you think they're going to let me let some AI DM setter roam wild trying to get people onto calls and make money? No. Why? Because people don't like talking to AI bots. Right? For example, you got a cold call from an AI, you think, fuck's sake, fuck off AI, right? You'd be doing the same thing. Chatbots is annoying. Can I speak to a human, please? Connect me with an agent. Everyone does it already. Chatbots have existed for years, right? Humans are still going to be valuable. They always will be valuable. And the more AI is used on a day-to-day basis, the more valuable human connection and human interaction is going to be, because AI is being rinsed with all of this AI slop, right? So no, it's going to have its part to play. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult because it's going to take up a lot of your job in terms of tracking and stuff. But this is what I can keep you, AI proof for anyway with my one-to-one. But no, of course not. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult, but you're just going to have to become better, right? But you want to become better anyway, because it becoming better makes you more money. So no, it's not going to replace it. You can be fine. It's sales. Sales and human empathy and connection is never going to be replaced by an AI bot. Trust me, there's always going to be a place for humans. You can be fine, okay? Is it too saturated for me? No. Well, there's a lot of competition, I'm not gonna lie. There's loads of setters, but there's loads of shit setters because they buy some mentorship program or course, right, from somebody who did it 3 years ago, right, 2-3 years ago, hasn't done it since, hit 5K month one time, and then sold a course on how to do it, and you're learning outdated information for someone who's not still in the game. So that's all the people you're competing with. Yes, bro, looking for a setter, that's the kind of people you're competing with, right? It's saturated, but saturated with shit. All you need to do is a few little micro adjustments and micro corrections, and you're gonna be laughing. So no, of course not, right? Anything that makes money online, anything that works is always gonna have competition, but also because it's so competitive, there's gonna be a lot of crap as well. So you just analyze what the 99% are doing and do the opposite, the contrarian attraction approach, right? So I don't think it is, right? I've been in the game for a couple of years. I've seen it grow and grow and grow. I'd still recommend it for beginners, okay? So no. Why do I need a mentor if it's on YouTube for free? For example, I've got nearly 200 videos on this YouTube channel you can look through. I've got loads of informative content on my Instagram as well. You can follow me there, Aidan K Social. Why would I hire a mentor? Well, for example, I'll tell you why. As somebody that is actually a mentor and has a one-to-one program with that guarantee that I told you, the reason why is because here's the thing. This is all information for you to be able to use, and it's great, right? But you are basically having accountability from an expert. Now, look, all the information there's already information online on how to become a millionaire. There's information on how to become a pro boxer online. There's every single bit of information ever to do anything ever at all is already online. It always has been. But you still would hire a maths tutor. You still would hire a personal trainer. ChatGPT could be your personal trainer, but you still hire a personal trainer. Why? Because you're hiring an expert to help you and just to bridge that gap even quicker and make it even shorter of a gap for you to actually bridge, right? That's why. You're having somebody who's an expert in your corner the entire time, showing you what to do, showing you what to avoid. Yes, you got the information out there, but honestly, the time it's going to take to find all of this information yourself and to hold yourself accountable to doing it as well and knowing what's right and what's wrong. Here's the thing, you're going to find this information, but how are you going to know if it's right or wrong if you don't have somebody to actually cross-reference it and vet it from, right? So that's what you're basically paying for. You're paying for speed, you're paying for commitment to yourself and accountability and results and guaranteed results, like I've just said with my thing, right? You can go do it yourself, of course you can. But how fast do you want this? And how easy do you want it to be? You can go do it yourself, 100% you can. But you're going to get there so much slower with so much more pain and lose out on so much more money. For example, you sign up for a boxing fight. Yeah, you can go and train yourself. You've got loads of YouTube videos. Or just hire a goddamn trainer. You're going to learn so much better. You get the point? So that's what you're paying for. The accountability, the speed, the results. Okay? Do you trust yourself to go and learn some random thing that's brand new to you with just some free information on the internet and trust it's going to replace your job consistently, right, with that income? Or would you rather just hire someone that's going to basically help you get there guaranteed and hold your hand the entire way and tell you what to do and just bridge that gap even quicker? That's what you're paying for, right? That's what it would be with guaranteed results as well. So that's why, okay? Why are you selling a course if it's so good? Good question. So appointment setting has a cap. You can get to 10K, 15K. That is kind of the top end. 10 to 15, I've only helped a couple of people do that because it's really hard. I've done it myself as well. Like I've got a client interview on my channel with Ben Hughes. You can see it if you want. He hit 15.6K. That is really hard to do as a setter. Appointment setting isn't really the model to hit 10K and above. You can do it, it's just really tough. Just how like a Vauxhall Astra 2009, which is what I used to drive when I was younger, that can do 120 miles an hour, but it's not really the car to do it. You wouldn't really want to do it in there because the steering wheel's going to start shaking. It's kind of like that, right? You can do it, but it's kind of got its cap at like 10K. Once you get to 5K, 10K, 15K, whatever it is, when you get to that 6-figure a year mark, you're going to think, right, I want to be a millionaire now, just like I have, right? And I'm going to become one. You're going to realize certain business models and certain ways of making money have their caps. They get you from A to B, but they don't get you from B to C, okay? Just like how in your job, right, the 9 to 5 that you're doing in this position, you could be like an entry-level accountant, right? Or you could be like someone's assistant. You're going to realize there's a cap with that, and you're going to have to progress. You're going to have to get promoted to try and make 60K per year from 30. You're going to realize that current position you're in can only make you 30K per year. You can't make 60, so you have to progress and get promoted. It's the same way with this. We're promoting and progressing, right? Consulting is a business model that is kind of endless, right? You can make loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. But here's the catch. You can only do that if you are a true expert at what you do. This is why I get such good results, because I'm a true expert at what I do. I'm a true appointment setting expert. I know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So appointment setting, great. It got me to like 5, 10K, even 15K, right? But I don't want to be there anymore. I want to progress, right? I want to be promoted. And consulting and coaching is a model that can go even further and further and further, right? You can become a millionaire with that. And then, for example, let's say I wanted to become a decamillionaire or a centimillionaire or whatever, right? Or a billionaire. Then I'm going to have to go and start like a software company or something. You get the point. I have to keep jumping and jumping and jumping. I hit the ceiling with appointment setting. I need to go further. So consulting on something that I'm an expert on is going to help you guys get to that 0 to 5K, 10K per month mark, right? It's going to help me, for example, progress my way in business as well and my income, because I'm an expert and I can actually teach it well, right? That's why I haven't carried on doing it, because I want to go further now because I've hit that mark. I can't do it at the appointment setting. I need to go further with a different way. Now, I still do appointment setting as well, right? Because I'm good at it. It keeps me sharp. It makes my program even better, my one-to-one mentorship even better, right? And it still pays me. But also I have a cap with it. If I did that by itself, I'm never going to become a millionaire as an appointment setter. I'm going to have to change models. And this is what I changed the model into. But here's the catch. Again, you can only do that if you're a true expert, if you can actually help people out, okay? If you are good at something, never just do that thing by itself. There's going to be people that want to learn what you're doing, but you can only charge them and start this business if you're a true expert, if you can actually help people. And that's what I've done. So I've got the best of both worlds on. That's why I sell mentorship on it, because there's loads of lads that want to start. They see my journey of going from 0 to 10K per month and traveling the world, all this stuff. They've seen that, and they want me to help them too. And I remember how hard it was for me just starting out, trying to land an appointment setting role and hit my first couple of grand a month. I remember how hard it was. So I'm saying, guys, come to me. I'll show you how to do it properly, and I'll actually guarantee you a role in 6 weeks or you won't pay me, because I have that much confidence. I am that good at what I do that I can make that guarantee, and I haven't had to action that, right? I haven't had to action that yet. So that's why, right? That's why I've done it. There's a cap. Once you get to 5, 10K, once we get you to 5K per month, you're going to want to go further. And I'm going to quickly tell you, okay, we can go further. It's going to be a bit harder. But if you want to go further and further and further, like 10K and above, then you're going to have to change models. I'm going to tell you straight out, appointment setting isn't the model to make multi-6 figures per year. It's the model to get to 6 figures per year. It's not to get to like 250, 500, 1 million a year. It's not. And if you want to get there, you're going to have to switch models. It could be to become a closer. You could become an appointment setter or sales manager, right? You could go and sell consulting only if you're very good at what you do. That's why. That's why I now do mentorship as well, right? But I also still do appointment setting. I still have a setting client, so I'm very good at the consulting. Because if I still practice what I preach, for example, if you learn boxing from Anthony Joshua, you're going to have more confidence because he's still doing it. He still gets hit in the face every single day. So that's why, okay? So yeah, guys, that's all the questions answered for you. Another plug, if you want my personal help with this, no pressure. I work one-to-one. It's not a shit course. I'll throw you in and wish you good luck. It's with me personally, right? And I'll guarantee you land a high ticket role in 6 weeks, or you're not going to pay me. If that is of interest, if you're a brand new setter looking to start, or you're in the game but you're struggling and you can't make it work, that offer is on the table for you, and I will offer you it and run you through exactly how it works, on a one-to-one call down below, not on the closer, with myself. Click the link down below in the description, book and call me, and I'll run you through exactly how that works. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.